What's up, guys? Reynad back today, and I wanted to make a video not about the new Hearthstone expansion, but actually about the topic of stream sniping on Twitch or any streaming platform. So, for those of you guys who have been watching my stream lately, you know that I've been playing a lot of PUBG. I'm really into the game. I play it a lot, after some Hearthstone on most of my streams, and recently in that community, there's been a lot of drama on the topic of stream sniping, and even though I'm mostly known for Hearthstone, I felt like the things I was seeing in the PUBG world were pretty much the same shit I've seen in Hearthstone for the past 2 years when it comes to the topic of stream sniping. So I felt like, I wanted to talk a bit about it and my main frustration with the topic. The main issue for me about sniping is not just the fact that it happens, the fact that it ruins the experience for the streamer, the fact that it ruins the games for all the viewers watching that streamer. My issue about stream sniping is how publicly punished any streamer gets for bringing it up, even though it does fucking happen. So to a lot of the public, they feel like when a streamer, when they lose and it is to a sniper or it's to somebody that's probably a sniper, they bring it up. They're like, that's like really sketchy. Don't know why that guy was there. Like that's like, I'm like, pretty sure he's not. Whatever the excuse happens to be, the viewer base basically interprets it as whiny excuses for losing the game, and because people don't like hearing it, they claim that it must be untrue. So just because I don't like hearing a streamer whine about stream sniping, that means that sniping does not happen. That is just how the human mind works. If people don't like hearing something, they will look for somebody to validate the opposite opinion. It's how things happen, like Trump getting elected. So, not to make this political, but yeah, come on. Anyway, so when a streamer plays their game, they've played it for thousands of hours in most cases. They've played their game on stream, they've played it off stream. And when you put that many hours into something, most streamers get a very clear feel on what the game feels like to play off stream and what it feels like to play on stream. And it's not like all of us are egomaniacs. I mean, I am, but most of us are not egomaniacs that are just looking for excuses to blurt out to our chat after we get killed. That's not why we talk about sniping. We talk about it because it fucking happens. Like, there's a reason that pattern exists, right? It's not like there's a massive conspiracy among streamers where all of us across every different game on Twitch claim that stream snipers are a problem. People bring it up because it is a problem, it does happen, and it happens like 100 times more than you would expect. Now, the issue with this is we can't really prove it, right? Like, as a streamer, I can't like definitively say that, hey, this guy was watching my stream, because the viewer is not a streamer, right? Most viewers are not streamers, so they can't really relate. They don't know what it's like to experience the game off stream versus on stream. All they can relate to is their gameplay experience. So it's like this tough position where it is a problem. It's something that plagues being a streamer in a lot of ways, but we can't bring it up at the same time, even though we're like training ourselves to speak what's on our mind in order to fill dead air all the time as entertainers. If we ever bring up the fact that sniping is an issue, all of a sudden, there's just a lot of bad publicity because of it every single time. To me, it's disgusting because the streamer isn't making it up. It's not fake. It's not like, they're not saying it because they're a whiny bitch. They're saying it because sniping does happen. Or like in my case, I am a whiny bitch and I'm still getting sniped. Like, both things can be true simultaneously, right? You can't just because you don't like somebody or you don't like hearing them complaining about sniping, it doesn't mean that the problem does not exist. They're not fabricating it. It is happening. So the thing that really made this a topic in the PUBG world was this post. Duo partner got banned for 7 days. A lot of Reddit gold and stuff. And the PUBG Reddit being what it is, basically said, fuck every streamer. The proletariat will rise again. Let's burn all their houses down, that kind of shit. So, Player Unknown basically came out, said that in this particular case, the guy was literally dropping out of lobbies and re-queuing them until he got into the same lobby as the streamer, and then he would chase down the streamer in the game. So the ban in this case seems justified, you know, if that's true. If I'm the developer, I don't think he would have a reason to lie about that. And yeah, it's just like a he said, she said thing at this point, so I don't really give a shit. But for me, it was just funny because, you know, I ran into the same problem in Hearthstone, a game where, you know, it's pretty common to run into snipers as a streamer. A message to streamers: stop accusing people of sniping. It's disrespectful. No, as disrespectful as posting a baseless fucking Reddit post about something you know nothing about because you don't fucking stream. So, you know, I played Hearthstone for thousands of hours off stream and on stream. I can definitively tell you that the gameplay experience is extremely different. And it's not just like obvious times where somebody holds a card or like does a play that's like very clearly due to them watching my stream. It's just the way everything feels. It's like it's so hard to explain, and it's gonna sound like bullshit, but every streamer will relate to this. When you get a certain amount of game sense in any game that you play for thousands of hours, and the off-stream experience versus the on-stream experience is just extremely different. Like, even when it's not blatant sniping where somebody's like driving around your house in PUBG and honking the horn in their car repeatedly, even when it's not like very blatant sniping, there's just like things that feel off 10 times as frequent as when you're off stream. Like when you're streaming, there's a lot of things that just are not in line with the experience you get off stream. So it is an issue. I think that certain things like PUBG adding the car horn, even though everybody's talking like, oh, the horn is the problem, it's so fucking annoying, let's remove the car horn. You should look at it differently. Like, that car horn is a fucking litmus test for sniping. And the car horn only shows you the tip of the iceberg. It's just the kids that want attention. You know, they go to school, they don't have the balls to talk to the girl they have a crush on. They go home, their stepdad's mean to them. Nobody pays attention. They're like 12 years old and sexually frustrated and angry. And where are they going to get that fulfillment? Where are they going to get that attention? They're going to go right into their fucking favorite streamer's channel. They're going to immediately try to queue into his lobby, parachute down into a car, drive around his building and honk a lot. You know, go jack off to anime porn and pass out. And that's like the, you know, the day in the fucking, you know, I'm obviously a little bit frustrated about all this too, but you know, it's like I'm not going to pretend to understand the mindset. I think it's just people wanting attention. I don't think it's necessarily malicious all the time, but the point is, when you have things like the car horn kind of showing you, like, there are literally, for a whale streamer, somebody at 10K concurrence or higher, in a 100-person game, at least 10 people will be watching at stream, ballpark. That's just like me throwing a number out that I think is like close to right. Depends on the game, obviously, but you know, it's an issue. It does happen. It's not, people aren't fabricating it. And the people that you see driving around honking car horns, again, they're just the tip of the iceberg. Those are just the dumbest ones that do it, right? Where it's like very, very obvious. The harder times to prove it are when, you know, people play the game as they normally would, except the person sniping is using it to get an unfair advantage. And they're not like necessarily seeking these people out that are streaming in a blatant way, but they just get a kill that they shouldn't have. They get information they shouldn't have. They play in a way that they wouldn't have played if the streamer wasn't streaming. And, you know, those are the cases where you can't really prove it. I don't think people should get banned for that, but yeah. In the case of Bluehole, I think that I'm really proud of that company for actually taking a step to address this. Like, there hasn't been a developer that, you know, to my knowledge, has been dealing with stream snipers before. In Blizzard's case, like, these people will literally try to queue into you and like rope every single turn, which is just like blatantly unsportsmanlike, shitty gameplay. And these people do it a lot. And these are people in like top 100 legend. I've met them in person. Like, they literally dedicate their lives to this. They spent 6, 7, 8 hours a day. All they do is play Hearthstone, watch streams, and try to make other people's game experiences worse. And the developers that aren't Bluehole just ignore it because it's not anywhere in their terms of service. It's like, a lot of people have this perspective that like, oh, it's the, it's like, one of the risks of being a streamer, just put a delay on. Here's what I don't want to hear anymore of. Shitty advice from idiots that aren't streamers themselves. You can't fucking relate. You don't know how often it happens. Don't argue with me about how often streaming or sniping happens because you don't fucking stream. You don't know. Your argument is so invalid and unqualified that you shouldn't be arguing with the streamer in this case, ever. because you don't stream. Second of all, I don't want shitty advice like put a delay on, okay? Again, you don't stream. You don't know what it's like to run a channel for the sake of entertainment and try to build that up, build up an audience, build up a community, turn that into a business, have it be a marketing platform. Like, when you're a streamer, it's really important to have things like chat engagement. It's important to try to be up to date on like subs and donations very quickly. Yes, the really popular channels, it's not like they're reading every chat message and responding, because you can't. There's too many of them. But you still don't want like a 10-minute delay, because I've tried it. The viewership is worse with the delay versus without the delay. People watch Twitch because it's live content. It's not fucking YouTube. So, you know, in a nutshell, I just want the community to like stop claiming that the streamers are making this up just because it's annoying for them to hear about it and they want to pretend that it's not happening. Second of all, I want unqualified people to stop arguing that doesn't happen, stop giving shitty advice about streaming when they're not streamers, and people to really understand that like this is an issue, and Bluehole's policy here I think will help long term. I think like not only are you getting unfair advantages when you snipe, not only is it ruining one other player's experience, just like team killing or something, but on top of that, it's ruining the experience of everybody watching that stream. And, you know, long term, that's really going to hurt the game and kind of fester if you just never do anything about it. So, you know, I'm happy to see Bluehole's doing something about it. I stream on Twitch, so, you know, the PUBG subreddit's going to want my head as a result of this video. But, you know, those are my honest feelings about it. Like I said, this stuff just, it's history repeating itself. Like, people, I don't even think this is the only time it's happened. Like, this is just the Hearthstone example. This is the PUBG example. I guarantee you this has happened in League of Legends and stuff, where a streamer does get sniped like repeatedly over hundreds of games, starts talking about it because it is directly affecting the game heavily, and then the community like tears them down for it. That's just I don't know, that's just not really fair to the streamer in my opinion. So those are kind of my thoughts on it. I mean, there's a lot that can be said on the subject, but you know, before you type your baseless opinion telling me how wrong it is, really ask yourself, what the fuck do I know about streaming? That's really the most irritating part of it. People feeling everybody's entitled to their opinion, but your opinion's wrong. So that's how I kind of feel about it. Figured I'd throw that out there. I think it was kind of funny that actually today, I think, Crip released a video where he tracked down, he basically told a story. Maybe I'll link it in the description or something. Crip told a story about how he's facing the same like 3 people every day while playing Arena in Hearthstone, and he eventually befriended one of them, looked at their friends list, added their friend, they only had one guy on it, and he basically found 20 accounts all related to each other, dedicated to streaming him, and found out that there's a guild that does this, where people dedicate time in their day, and they've made a secret guild to sniping one person just in Hearthstone. So, you know, you can imagine this issue, like, I don't know, it's not streamer specific. Like, it happens, it's a problem. Props to Bluehole for doing something about it. And yeah, the false positives are definitely going to be terrible, but, you know, have faith in the process. If somebody does get wrongfully banned, that will be rectified, and it's not like they're banning people left and right with no evidence. Like, they really look into that stuff, because the false positives are really dangerous. So Bluehole's really careful, especially after this shitstorm. So anybody that does get banned as a result of doing this, there's going to be a lot of evidence against them. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Do appreciate it. If you are a stream sniper yourself, right here, buddy. See you guys next time.